Well, usually we hear about restocking lakes and rivers with fish. Tonight, a story about trying to get the fish out of an Adirondack lake. And the effort appears to have backfired. Here's 7 News reporter Mark Mason Jr.
Who would think smallmouth bass would be an invasive species? But in Adirondack lakes, they are. Here at Nick's Lake in the town of Webb, smallmouth bass are harmful to the native fish.
It's a challenging thing to think about smallmouth bass as a scourge, but actually in the Adirondacks they are.
Now, not far from Nick's Lake is Little Moose Lake, where scientists have been trying to eradicate the smallmouth bass for 20 years. But the result was something scientists never thought imaginable.
We didn't really think we were going to clean out every single last bass, but we never imagined that we were going to be driving rapid evolution and that was going to undercut our own efforts.
In the late 1990s, Cornell started ridding Little Moose Lake, a private lake owned by the Adirondack League Club, of its smallmouth bass through electrofishing. Now, 4 times a year, scientists removed as many bass as they could. But a recent study by former Cornell University student Liam Zari showed despite those attempts, the bass population has doubled. Zari pulled smallmouth bass DNA saved from Little Moose Lake 20 years prior and discovered several changes in the fish's genetic makeup, or genome, allowing them to thrive despite Cornell's efforts.
And what he discovered, to our amazement, is that those locations on the genome that changed are associated with the fish growing faster, maturing smaller, and investing a lot more of their energy into reproduction than the fish did when we started the experiment.
McIntyre says while there's now twice as many invasive fish in the lake, their work has helped the native fish somewhat.
There's some native species that have benefited enormously and have stabilized at populations that are like what they were before. There are other native species that initially responded very positively, but then subsequent to that, the populations dropped again.
So what happens next? McIntyre says they're wondering that too. They're debating stepping away from the lake or using other methods. One thing they do know is the previous method doesn't work. Mark Mason Jr., 7 News.